Hey everyone! We're in our 6th week of our chakra series, which means we're focusing on our 6th chakra, our third eye chakra or our Ajna chakra. This is located in the center of the forehead. Its element is light, and interestingly, Ajna means to perceive in Sanskrit, and that's basically what this third eye chakra is all about. We've got 2 physical eyes that see the world around us. It brings in the information, but it's the third eye that interprets this information, and it may shift how we respond to it. 2 people are going to see the same thing physically, but they might respond differently. And we've got memories, we've got experiences that will dictate how we see the world. So when we are balanced in this chakra, we tend to be able to see things more clearly. We can interpret the information with a little bit more ease. We can see things as they are. We've got good intuition. We trust ourselves. We tend to also have good recall of memory. We tend to visualize quite easily. We have good imagery. We can create images within our mind. And if we're feeling a little unbalanced in this chakra, it may mean that we can't see things as clearly as they are. Maybe we're too stuck in here and it's blocking our interpretation of the scene or the information that we're receiving. Maybe we're in denial of the information that we're receiving through our eyes. We can't see that there's an alternative way. Maybe we are excessive within this chakra and we get hallucinations or very intense visualizations. So as we practice today within our class, where we are going to activate this or stimulate this area through inversions such as headstand or handstand, we're really going to think about perception, how we perceive ourselves and our experience on the mat. Okay, we're going to begin in a seated position. You could be kneeling, you could be cross-legged, just whatever feels comfortable for you. Close down the eyes. Take a breath in through the nose. Lift the shoulders up. Sigh out through the mouth. Feel the shoulders shrug down the back. And just a reminder, as we've been heading up through the chakras, we're getting much more broad, much more expansive with these energy centers. This is all about, it's not just about ourselves anymore, it's about the world around us and how we interpret it. You might like to bring your attention to the space of the forehead. If it helps, you can press maybe a finger or 2 onto it. One way that we can influence how we perceive ourselves or perceive our experience is through visualization. Visualizing potential pathways, potential futures. And so see if you can visualize yourself in an inversion. And it might be Vinyasa, our supported headstand, which is an asana that we're going to practice today. Or our Adho Mukha Vrikshasana, our handstand. And really feel what it is like to be in that pose, if you've done them before. So if you're in headstand, you might think about or feel into the hands around the head, the forearms pressing down into the ground, the feeling of pressure on the crown of the head, the neck and shoulders. If you're in handstand, maybe feeling into the hands on the mat, the fingers gripping into the ground, the stabilization through the shoulders. Visualize yourself holding this pose with ease. Feeling into the stability of the core of the spine, of the shoulders. Even if it feels unnatural, if you feel like you've never really held a headstand or a handstand before, it feels unbalanced, just visualize what it feels like to hold, to feel stable. It's already there and we're just bringing it out. Try not to think about it too much. If you notice your eyebrows furrow or your eyelids kind of clench, just relax. It is already there. And then let that image go from the mind. Come back to the breath. As you start to take deeper breaths, clasp your hands into fists and roll out the wrists. Our practice is going to be quite strong today. It's going to be a bit more creative, more playful. I feel like inversions are always a fun way to explore ourselves, just getting upside down. Swap directions. Clasp your hands together, interlace the fingertips, create some waves through your fingers. So just starting to warm up the wrists. Swap directions. And then just shake out the wrists. And find your way into tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Maybe you shift the hips from side to side for a moment. Look down at your hands, really spread your fingertips wide. Middle fingers pointing forward. Let's take some circles on the wrists. So moving around in one direction. Moving around in the other direction. Come back through center, breathe in, drop your belly down, look forward, arch your back. Cow pose. Exhale to round, tuck your chin into your chest, lift up your belly. Inhale, open it up. Exhale. Back of the heart pulls up to the sky. Let's go 2 more. And then come back, puppy pose. Big step forward with both hands. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, drop the chest down. If you've been following the Chakra series, then we have done this a little bit in the last few weeks, but it's such a great way to open through the shoulders, open through the chest. Honestly, it's one of my favorite poses. If you're feeling quite open, you might lift the chin onto the ground, looking forward. Press through the inside of the hand, the outside of the hand. Spread your shoulder blades wide. And then come back, cat pose, breathe in. Breathe out to round. Step your hands forward a little bit. Shift into a kneeling plank, shoulders on top of the wrists. You might shuffle your knees back a little bit more. Hold here. Push the floor away from you. If you did feel like a little bit more, you can tuck onto the toes and lift the knees off the ground. But just know that at any point you can bring the knees back down for what we're going to do next. Lift your right toes to a hover. Right knee taps right elbow, breathe in. Breathe out, right knee lowers to the wrist. Breathe in, back to the elbow. Exhale, hover it back to the back of the mat. Left side, breathe in, right knee to left elbow. Exhale to the wrist. Inhale to the elbow. Exhale, hover it back. One more on the right, breathe in, right elbow. Exhale to the wrist. Inhale to the elbow, this time three-legged dog. Lift your right toes high, push yourself back. Hold for one breath. And then slide the right foot in, downward facing dog. Press through your hands, shift your chest towards your thighs. Come high onto your toes, look forward, bend the knees, breathe in. So you exhale, step your feet towards the top of the mat, halfway lift. Adho Uttanasana, breathe in, hands to shins, long spine. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Rise up through standing, inhale, arms up. As you exhale, fold it straight back down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. As you exhale, hands come down, step or hop back through your plank. Bend your elbows, Chaturanga, come down onto your belly. Locust pose, Shalabhasana. You can keep your hands on your ground as you lift your heels high, squeeze your glutes. If you did feel like a little bit more, you could reach your hands back, or you can reach your hands forward. Really squeeze through the back of the body. Let's go, one more breath. Hands come by your sides, push up on your knees or tuck toes, lift the knees off, high plank, breathe in. Breathe out to hold. We're going to try that on the other side. Hover your left toes off the ground. Breathe in, left knee to left elbow, shift your weight forward. Exhale to the wrist. Inhale to the elbow. Exhale, hover it back. Right side, right elbow, breathe in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hover it back. One more, I promise. Breathe in. Elbow. Exhale, wrist. Inhale, elbow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog. One breath. Try square your hips. And then lower the left foot down. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Soften the heels towards the ground. Now lift high onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, breathe in. You can step or you can hop to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, Adho Uttanasana, breathe in. Breathe out, fold forward. Rise all the way up through standing, inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Before we carry on, fold forward again. This time lift your toes high. Try slide your fingertips underneath. Could be a little or a lot. Hasta Padasana. So your toes might meet your wrist creases. Tuck your chin in. Try bend your knees and then lift your hips up as high as you can. Just bringing a little bit more. Just resting our wrists a little bit more. One more breath. Release the hands, plant them down, step or hop back through your plank, then Chaturanga. Come onto your belly, Shalabhasana, locust pose. Hands come by the sides, knees or toes, push up, high plank. Inhaling, exhaling, downward facing dog. Different sequence for this one. Right toes sweep high, inhale. As you exhale, roll forward, right knee to left elbow, hold. Right knee to left wrist, inhale. Exhale, bring it back up to the elbow. Kick the right foot out to the left. Fall in triangle, but you're going to bring your right elbow down to the ground. Lower your left heel down, lift your left hand up to the sky. At any point, you can slide your right knee back underneath your hip for more support. If you're here and felt like a little more, try bend your left knee, sink your hips a little bit towards the back of the mat. And then come back. You're going to bend your right knee now, shift your hips towards your right foot slightly. Come back, breathe in, one more time of each. Exhale, bend your left knee a little bit. Inhale, come back. Exhale, bend your right knee a little bit. Inhale, come back, look down to your mat, left forearm comes down, almost like you're coming into dolphin pose. Okay, so forearms come parallel-ish. Tuck onto your left toes, right toes sweep high, three-legged dolphin. Exhale to hold. Really try push through the forearms, pull the chest back towards the thighs. At any point you can just come back up onto your hands. Use your next breath in, roll forward, come onto your hands, lift the elbows, knee to nose. As you exhale, right foot in between the hands, high lunge, inhale. Exhale to hold. So sink into the hips a little bit, lift tall through the spine. Hands come to the chest, breathe in. Shift your weight forward. As you exhale, hook the left elbow over the right thigh, twist to the right. You can always have the left knee down here or left hand on the ground. One more breath. Skandasana to the left, breathe in, lift up. As you exhale, bend the left knee, right toes to the sky, right leg is long. We're going to try that again. Breathe in, come into your lunge. Exhale to twist. Inhale, Skandasana. Exhale, hips to the left heel. It's totally okay if the left heel's off the ground here. Use the hands or no hands, lower your hips down. Connect the left foot to the right inner thigh. Parivrita Janushasana, turn the chest to the left. Reach your right hand to your left knee. Breathe in as you lift your left hand up to the sky. As you exhale, side bend. At any point, you can release the right hand to another position that feels good. Let's go one more breath here. Come back up. Place the left foot by the left hip, just like we did before. Use the hands or no hands, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Turn the toes to the side of the mat or tuck them in. Pigeon toe the feet. Tuck the chin into the chest. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Fold a little more forward. Turn the right toes to the front. Walk your hands around, standing splits. Breathe in, shift into your right foot. Left toe sweep high. Exhale to hold. Maybe the right hand comes behind the right calf, trying to get the chest a little lower, the left foot a little higher. One more breath. And feel free to stay here, or you can play with some handstand hops, some really small ones. So you might just hop your right toes back a little bit, okay, and then very gently just start to push into the right foot. Keep spreading your fingertips wide on the ground, grip into the tops of the fingers, then sweep your left toes high slightly. Just starting to bring some weight into the hands. Let's go one more. So eventually step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Stay here or flow through a vinyasa. Breathing in, rolling forward. Exhaling to lower. You can come into locust or you can come into maybe cobra or upward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out, coming back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. At any point you can come into child's pose as well. Left toes sweep high, breathe in. Exhale, roll forward, right elbow. Inhale to wrist. Exhale to elbow. Hold here, kick your left foot out. Come onto your left elbow. And then drop the right heel down. Fallen star, fallen triangle. Lots of different names for this one. Remember, you can always bring the left knee in. Try bend your right knee, sink your hips towards your right heel slightly. Come back, breathe in. Exhale, bend your left knees, shift your hips forward. Inhale, come back. One more time of each. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Look down to the ground. Bring your right forearm down.
Turn the fingertips towards the front of your mat. Tuck onto your back toes. Three-legged dolphin. You might need to hop your right foot forward a little bit more. Push through the forearms, chest towards the thighs. One more breath. Roll forward to lift the elbows, knee to nose, breathe in. Exhale, step the foot through, high lunge, breathe in. Breathe out. Hands come to the chest, inhale, shift your weight forward. As you exhale, hook the right elbow over the left thigh, twist to the left. Shoulders away from the ears. Skandasana to the back. Breathe in, turn your right toes to the right corner. As you exhale, hips towards the right heel. Left toes turn high. Hands could be on the ground or hands could be at your chest. One more time with each. Breathe in, shift forward. As you exhale, twist. Exhale, shift back. Exhale to hold. Use your hands if you need. Lower your hips down to the ground. Step your right foot on the inside of the left inner thigh. Left hand to the right knee if you can. Lift tall, breathe in, right hand high. Exhale, side bend. I personally find the left hand around the right knee quite challenging, so at any point you can just reach the left hand forward as well. Come back up. Right foot plants. If you can, try push yourself up, wide-legged forward fold. Feeling the blood come into the head, stimulating that third eye place. Look to your left foot, turn your left toes forward, standing splits. Breathe in, shift your weight. Right toes come high. Maybe the hand comes behind the back of the left calf. Can you straighten your right leg a little more? So squeeze the knee into the thigh. Feel free to stay here. If you wanted to have a little play already, place the hands down, shuffle the left toes back slightly, look in between your hands. Your drishti, your focal point, is going to help you balance. And then push through the left foot, right toes sweep high. We are going to have a little play with this later on, so don't feel like you need to make the big jumps now. Let's go about one more. Eventually stepping back, downward facing dog. Staying here or flowing through a vinyasa. Maybe let's all come to child's pose, knees down, hips back. Feeling the center of the forehead on the ground, or if it doesn't quite meet the ground, then maybe on two hands. Just knowing that it is our inner world that frames our outer world. So whatever thoughts, feelings, whatever is going on within your mind, your heart, that is going to frame your practice today. So if you need to shift anything around to make more space, to make this practice really feel good for you, then you might take this time just to adjust. One more time with that sequence. I'm going to change it up slightly, add stuff on. When you're ready, come into downward facing dog. Right toe sweep high, inhale. Exhale, roll forward, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, lower the knee. Exhale, lift it back up. Kick it out just like we did before, elbow comes down. Lift the left hand, stay here. Option to lift the right foot off the ground, hold. Notice where you can soften. Lower the right foot down, place the left forearm down, three-legged dolphin. Try to scoop that right foot underneath the body, lift it high, one breath. Lift the elbows off the ground, breathe in, roll forward, right knee to nose. Exhale, step it through, high lunge, inhale. Exhale. Hands to the chest, prayer twist, inhale. Exhale. Look down to the ground, reach your arms wide, shift your weight forward, twisted half moon, lift the left foot high. Roll the right shoulder back. You can also have a block underneath your left hand if you have that close by. Skandasana to the back, breathe in. Breathe out, bend the left knee. One more time, Parigrita, Janush, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, breathe in. Left leg is long, exhale, twist the heart even more. One breath, Skandasana. Lower the hips down, two options. You can come into your evolved head to knee pose, just like we did before, or keep your left foot where it is by the left hip. Right hand comes around the left ankle, left knee stays facing the sky, and then you try side bend from there. Maybe reaching the left hand to the right foot. Turn the right shoulder, the left shoulder back, I should say. Keep pressing the left knee up high. One more breath. Lift yourself up. Extend your left foot out so you're making a V-like shape with your body. Left hand comes to the back of the mat. Fallen triangle to the back, this time with your left hand down. You can stay here or lift the left foot off, just like we did before. Squeeze the left knee into the chest. Touch your toes down onto your mat, wide-legged forward fold. Press yourself high, breathe in. Breathe out to fold. Turn the right toes forward, inhale. Exhale, standing splits. Again, you can stay here or round number 2 for handstand. See if you can swap the legs in the air this time. I find that that's a great way to learn to catch your balance. So shuffle yourself back a little bit, bend your right knee, look in between your hands. You'll kick up and then try to swap. Didn't realize there's a plant on top of me. Try that a couple of times if you're playing. Keep lifting out of your shoulders, keep pressing your hands down into the ground. Let's go about 1 or 2 more. Eventually stepping back, downward facing dog. Roll yourself forward, breathe in. Breathe out, knees or toes, come down onto your belly for a moment. Just stack your hands together. Bring your forehead down. Crocodile pose. Let your heart rate settle. And then when you're ready, I'm going to have a go at that sequence one more time on the other side. Just keep checking in with the mind, with the thoughts, how you frame things, how you perceive your experience. Knees or toes, push yourself up. Downward facing dog. Left toes high, inhale. Exhale, roll forward, left knee to right elbow. Come to the wrist, inhale. Exhale, lift. Kick the left foot out. Lower the left forearm down. Open yourself up. Stay here or hover the left foot off the ground. I don't know about you, I am shaking. One more breath. Lower the foot, right elbow comes down. Three-legged dolphin, push yourself up, breathe in. Breathe out to hold. Roll forward, knee to nose, breathe in. Step it forward, exhale. High lunge, inhale. Exhale. Hands to chest, inhale. Hook the right elbow, exhale, twist. Revolved half moon, look down. Right hand extends down. Lift your right toes high, left hand peels to the sky. We're really trying to twist the heart to the left, roll the left shoulder back. Straighten your right leg, one more breath. Long step back with the right foot, Skandasana, breathe in. Breathe out. One more time, come into your half moon, breathe in. Try and make it as smooth as possible. Breathe up. Skandasana, breathe in. Breathe out, hold. Hips come down. Remember, you can bring your foot to the inner thigh or keep it where it is. Left hand reaches to the ankle. Right hand reaches high. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right hand reaches up and over. Maybe it touches the toes. Bonus points for sweating as much as I am right now. Lift yourself up. Extend the right foot out, so you're making a V. Right hand comes to the back of the mat. Lift your hips up when you're ready. Fall in triangle just on the hand option if you wanted it. Lift the right foot. Softening under tension, one more breath. Right toes come in, wide-legged forward folds. Turn the left toes forward, standing splits, breathe in. Breathe out to hold. Maybe you stay or maybe you play. It is up to you. Whenever you're balancing, you kind of want to think about like clawing the top of your fingers into the ground so that the knuckles kind of press up. Those are going to create traction, friction on the ground to help you balance. Because you'll notice once you balance, maybe in handstand or in other arm balances, your weight will shift between the front of the hand to the back of the hand. And when we can do so with ease, it means that we can balance for longer. Just a couple more if you're still playing. Visualize yourself going up, feeling it smoothly. Nice. Downward facing dog. When you're ready, roll yourself forward. Last time. Exhale, lower yourself down. Stack the forearms, bring the forehead down. Let your body fully relax here. Can you feel the breath coming into the back of the body the back of the ribs, the side of the ribs. And then when you're ready, hands by the ribs, push yourself up, come down into a kneeling position. From here, we have the option to play with our Salamba Shastasana, our supported headstand. This is the one with the fingers interlaced behind the back of the head. If you've got a hard floor like me, then feel free to grab a thin blanket or a cushion just to bring some padding for the top of the head. Try not to do a really thick pillow because then that can make the surface quite unsteady. You don't have to do this, but if you did want to do it, I would start by taking the hands around the outsides of the elbows and then bring the hands forward. So you're making an equilateral triangle. Interlace your fingertips. Bring the crown of the head down so that the hands kind of hold the curve of the head. You're going to tuck the toes, lift your hips up. Okay, you're going to try walk your feet as close as you can to your elbows. If your hamstrings are quite tight, then you might like to walk your feet up onto something, whether that's a block or a chair. And that's just going to make the transition into holding a little easier. You don't want to jump, okay, because then you can fall over. So shift yourself forward, then lift one foot up, and then use your core strength. Lift the other foot up, lift the shoulders away from the ears. From there, you might lift one foot up to the sky. And then maybe the other. If you know what you're doing, then feel free to go there. If you're a little scared, feel free to do this next to a wall. And if you can, try hold at the top for 5 to 10 breaths. And then slowly coming down, maybe finding child's pose or a kneeling position. Just feel the neck resettle, any tension or extra energy from the head, letting that drain back down into the rest of the body. Okay, let's slide onto our hips. We're going to slow things down. coming into a twist, extend your left leg out and then cross your right foot up and over. If you did feel like a little bit more, you can tuck your left foot in. Just try to keep that right hip on the ground. Adho Matsyendrasana, breathe in, lift tall. Exhale, twist to the right. Half Lord of the Fish pose. And feel free to stay here if you did feel like something different. Left hand can come around the outside of the right foot and you can kick the right foot to the front. Option here to reach the right hand back as well. Bit more active, you might feel this more down the right hamstring. Let's swap sides. Find your position of choice. Breathe in. Crown of the head to the sky, hips to the earth. Exhale, twist. And stay here, or you can take the right hand around the left foot and then kick that away. Maybe reaching the left hand back. Come on down. We're going to roll onto our back. Once you get there, take the knees out wide. Happy baby. Hands could reach around the ankles, the shins, maybe up to the outsides of the feet. Tuck your chin in, really squeeze the shoulders down to the ground, squeeze your tailbone down. Feel free to stay here, or you could extend both feet out to the sides. Maybe the hands come to the big toes. Relax the eyebrows. Soften through the forehead. Slide both feet behind the hips, hands by the sides. Finding bridge, Setu Bandhasana. Tuck the tailbone and then lift the pelvis off the ground. Engage the glutes. Lift through the mid-back. Pushing hands down into the ground. Feeling a very gentle release through the back of the neck, through the front of the hips. And then lowering back down. If there are any final poses that you'd like to take before Shavasana, then please feel free to. It could feel nice to do plow pose, halasana, or another inversion on the back. Otherwise, if you're ready to rest, then just letting the legs be long. Taking some slow breaths. Feeling the muscles get heavier. The whole of the back body, every part of the body that is touching the ground gets heavier.
Just be here for a couple minutes and I'll let you know what we're going to do next after that. And just coming back to the third eye. One way of stimulating it is through visualization, which we practiced before. Another way is through memory recall. So, I've got a question for you, which is, what did you have for breakfast yesterday? In your mind, can you create that scene? Find those images. And get really specific about the detail. What were you eating? Was it hot? Was it cold? Was it on a bowl or a plate? And if it was, what was the colour? What utensils did you use? Did you like the hold of the utensils in the hands? If you didn't eat breakfast, you might do the same thing for lunch or dinner. Did you eat on a table? What was the material of the table? Was there anyone else in the room? What was the temperature of the room? Was it cold? Was it hot? What were you wearing? What was the texture of your clothes? And hopefully by now you've created a sense of what it was like to be in that space at that time. You might be able to see colours, smell different scents, taste the food. You might have found that exercise easy. You might have found it hard. And if you found it hard, then this is really good for you. Any random pocket of time that you have, you might just think back, oh, what did I do last week at this time? And try to paint an image, paint a picture within your mind. Let's wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Stretch your arms above the head. Breathe in. As you breathe out, roll yourself up. Find your seat. Close your eyes. Thank yourself for turning up today. If you're still here, taking this time to play, to be in the body, to potentially challenge yourself to stay present even in discomfort, but also for being willing to self-reflect, to look inwards, to notice how your energy is feeling and potentially adjusting or shifting so that you can feel more present. Take a breath in. Sigh it out. Thank you, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the practice today. The second class for this chakra is going to be a lot shorter. It's going to be a bit of movement before we sit for meditation. And then next week, we've only got one more chakra left, which is our crown chakra. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.